Welcome into Lakewood Park, everyone. Hayden Mantel here as we have the Redbirds, who are 2-4, and the Barnstormers, who are 0-2. First pitch underway from Jacob Reganey is a called strike, 0-1. Jordan Dixon leading off for the Barnstormers. Fouls that one back, 0-2. It's Dixon leading off for them, then Jeremy Kwolik. He's on deck. And a called strike 3. So 3 pitches, and it's a strikeout looking there for Jacob Reganey to get his afternoon underway.
Now batting second baseman, number 4, Jeremy Kwolik.
Jeremy Kwolik pops up the first one, overcomes Reganey. That'll go into the Redbirds dugout. Thomas Latham, he's on deck, he's catching. Alex Perguson, he's in the 4-hole, playing first base. AJ Lebronsky batting 5th and playing shortstop. Colby Burchett, he's batting 6th and playing right field. Dane Keith batting 7th, playing 3rd base. Pitching, Antoine Walton, he's batting 8th, and in the 9-hole is Gardner Meeks, he's playing left field. Oh, 2 to Kwolik, tapped over to third. There is Brown, throw over to first in time, and there are 2 away.
Now batting the catcher, number 3, Thomas Latham.
Here's Thomas Latham from Holy Cross University. And Latham takes a called strike, 0-1. 7 pitches, 7 strikes here for Reganey, so he's pounding the zone early on. And that's popped up to the second baseman, Lakos. He's under it, and it's an 8-pitch inning for Justin Lakos as he dances off to the dugout. We'll head to the bottom of the first here in Lakewood Park. Welcome back into Lakewood Park, everyone, and we have your starting lineup for the Redbirds. Leading off, playing second base is playing center field rather, is Logan Stein. Playing second base and batting second, Justin Lakos. Playing right field, batting third, Trey Wright. Devin Hicks is batting fourth. He's DHing. Zach Jarnowski is behind the plate, batting fifth. Alex Brown playing third base, batting sixth. Jackson Hughes batting seventh over at first base. Jack Morrick, he's in left field, batting eighth. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, is number 7, Alex Aguilar. Logan Stein up at the dish to get things started here in the bottom of the first for the Redbirds, who had a late trip last night. It's a completely different lineup as well that Chris Dodolo's throwing out there this afternoon.
Ball one. Yeah, ball one as well. Hey, there's the play. I just saw that. Thank you.
Norfolk traveled down to Edenton last night. Well, it was a 7 o'clock start, but that game didn't end until about 11:30, and they only ended up playing 7 innings at an hour and 38-minute rain delay. And the Redbirds only brought 11 players with them yesterday.
Travel squad.
And a 4-pitch walk gets things started here. So here's Justin Lakos. Lakos went 1 for 2 yesterday in Edenton. A game that was kind of over in the first inning for them yesterday. But if you take away the first inning, Edenton put up 9 runs on just 2 hits. They ended up losing 16-5 was the final. Again, they only played 7 innings because of the rain that didn't rain hard, but a lot of lightning delays as well, so more of a weather delay. As Walton checks over at Stein at first base. Redbirds scored all 5 of those runs in the top half of the 7th last night, so looking to continue with that momentum here today. Swing and a miss there from Lakos, strike 3. So here's the right fielder, Trey Wright.
Now batting right fielder number 27, Trey Wright.
Wright takes a called strike, 0-1. Wright, one of the many guys from the Redbirds team that did not travel with them yesterday. As Walton checks over again on Stein. And there goes Stein, throw down to second. And he's in there safely. The first stolen base of the season for Logan Stein. Runner now in scoring position for Trey Wright. Wright has had multiple hit games in his last 2 games. His time is called. So back to that game to Edenton yesterday. 9 runs in the first on just 2 hits. But you take that away, take those 9 runs away in the first inning, 7-5. And the Redbirds had the bases loaded too, so the tying run would have been in scoring position if you take those 9 runs away. But obviously that was the struggle there. 2-2 the count here on Wright. And the pitch is outside. So full count here on Trey Wright. Looked like the Redbirds might have just came away yesterday without having an official game, as the rain delay came before the 5th inning, which is when a game becomes an official game. So I'm sure Coach Dodolo and his squad was hoping for the rain to really come down
16, Devin Hicks,
so that those 9 runs would be erased, but that was not the case. Ended up waiting 1 hour and 38 minutes as Devin Hicks gets some instruction from his coach, Chris Dodolo. And a rundown over at first. And out at first base is Wright. Looked like Stein was stealing third, so Wright was following him.
I'm going to ask you to pick him off pitcher to the first baseman. Hit the pitcher, hit the first baseman.
And now there are 2 out here in the inning. Logan Stein still out there on second base. He was halfway down to third. Trey Wright was just following him. But Stein ended up going back to second. Just the second at-bat of the season here for Devin Hicks. He's mainly a pitcher, but in the DH role here today. He's got a 3-0 count. And a 4-pitch walk to Hicks. Second consecutive walk there from Walton.
Now batting, catcher number 13, Zach Darnowski.
So here's the catcher, Jarnowski. Takes a pitch high, 1-1, or 1-0 rather. 1-0 is up high. It's 2-0 on Jarnowski, who went 0 for 3 yesterday. It's a fair, trying to get a base hit here right now that would put the Redbirds up here in the bottom half of the first. And it's 3-0 now on Jarnowski, as Walton having trouble finding the zone now. A walk to right, a 4-pitch walk to Hicks, and now 3-0 on Jarnowski as Alex Brown looms on deck. .3-0 delivery. There's a strike. Bonaire is 0-2 this season. And there is a walk to Jarnowski, the third consecutive walk. And it loads the bases for Alex Brown.
Now batting third baseman number 19, Alex Brown.
And there's a called strike to Brown, 0-1. Brown again, one of those guys that didn't go down to Edenton yesterday.
Had the night off.
He had the night off. Now he's down in an 0-2 hold. Trying to win this next pitch here. Here's the 0-2. And a called strike 3. So the Redbirds leave the bases stranded. We'll head to the top of the second here from Lakewood Park.
Now batting for the Barnstormers, first baseman number 27, Alex Ferguson.
Jacob Reganey back out there. Third start of the season for him. And there's a called strike, 0-1 on the first baseman, Alex Ferguson. Reganey had a 1-2-3 inning in the first. And continues to pound the zone quickly on an 0-2 hole on Ferguson. And the 0-2 fouled straight back. Reganey in his 2 starts. As that one's popped up, Lakos is under it. Calls off Aguilar, and there's 1 out.
Now batting shortstop, number 11, AJ Labrusciano.
And there's a called strike, 0-1 on the shortstop, AJ Labrusciano. And it's 0-2 again. Oh, 2 from Reganey. Chopped over to third. Brown mishandled it. Throw over to first, and it's not in time. So Labrusciano, the first runner of the afternoon for the Barnstormers, reaches on an error.
Now batting right fielder, number 31, Colby Burchett.
So in Reganey's 2 starts, he's allowed 10 hits and 3 walks, but has left 8 of those runners stranded. So he's done a good job as he checks over on Labrusciano. A bit of a close play. As Alex Ferguson runs over to be the first base coach after a bit of a close play. Check in on Labrusciano again. Count is now 2-0 here on Burchett. So as we were saying yesterday, how Norfolk was looking to come out unscathed without an official game because of the rain delay. Barnstormers actually got hit on the opposite end of that. They were winning in their opening game of the season, but then the game got called off because the rain, didn't play the 5 innings, and they're still winless. Three 1 count here on Burchett. And it's high for ball 4, the first walk of the afternoon allowed by Reganey. And it puts runners on first and second with 1 out.
Now batting third baseman, number 2, Dane Key.
Here's Dane Keith, the third baseman for Bonaire. And there goes Labrusciano to third. Throw down from Jarnowski. is not in time. Burchett didn't go to first. As Dodolo's yelling at his middle infielders, instructing his middle infielders. Looked like Aguilar. There was no talking that the runner was going. And there goes the runner. You hear it from Jackson Hughes, but no throw down from Jarnowski. And now there's runners on second and third with one out here in the top of the second. Reganey 2-0, big pitch here. And gets the corner, 2-1. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Reganey could really use a strikeout here. Delivery from Reganey, and it's low in the dirt. Good stop there from Jarnowski. Here's the pitch, and swing and a miss, strike three. Big strikeout there from Reganey for the second out of the inning.
Now batting for pitcher number 23, Antoine Walton.
So here's the pitcher, Antoine Walton, batting in the 8-hole, trying to help himself out here, but Reganey has other ideas. First pitch is a bit high. It's 1-0. Two-0 count here on Walton. And there's a called strike, 2-1. So after falling on the last batter, 2-0, he ended up striking out Dane Keith. Now trying to get back in the count here on Walton. Here's the 2-1. And it's up and in. See if Reganey wants to give Walton to hit here on 3-1. Good hitters count with the 9-hole on deck. And a swing and a miss there. The count is now full, 3-2. This looks like Devin Hicks is going to warm up in the pen. And swing and a miss, strike three. What a job there from Jacob Reganey to get out of the inning. He leaves two runners stranded in scoring position after striking out the last two batters. We'll head to the bottom of the second here from Lakewood Park. Jackson Hughes gets set to lead off the second here for the Redbirds. And first pitch he sees it's a called strike, 0-1. Norfolk that's outside of the PCL this season as Hughes grounds one over to short. The Brusciano's there, throw over to first. And a good scoop there from the first baseman Ferguson, and there's one out here in the second.
Now batting left fielder, number 11, Jack Morris.
Count here on Morick as the breeze that we have here in Norfolk, Virginia today continues to pick up. Morick got the day off last night. And he hits that one to right. That's a base hit for Jack Morick.
Now batting shortstop, number 7, Alec Aguilar.
And the Redbirds have a runner on with one out. Alex Aguilar at the dish. Top of the order, and Logan Stein on deck. And Aguilar shows bunt and pops it straight back. So trying to move Morick, who's over at first, into scoring position with what would be 2 outs if the Barnstormers can successfully complete the bunt. See what Morick does here. He's not showing bunt, and he takes the pitch low. It's 1-1. So the first game of the season for the Redbirds, it's outside of PCL play. Barnstormers are from Piedmont Collegiate Baseball League, the PCBL, and it's actually the league where the All-Stars of the PCL will play the All-Stars of the PCBL, as well as our champion will play their champion. So some good summer competition baseball between these two leagues. Got it covered for you here all summer. Here's the 1-2. And fouled off, and we'll do it again. The wind continues to pick up here. Pitch to Aguilar. That's high. It's 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout of the afternoon for Walton, and there are 2 out here in the second.
Now batting center fielder, number 8, Logan Stein.
Want to know here now on Stein. So he just gets the signs from Chris Dodolo to swing away here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Still a scoreless game here from Lakewood Park. And a good cut there from Stein. Walton checks in on Morick, who's still at first. Going to be interesting to see what Mike Stafford, head coach of the Barnstormers, does. He's only got 9 guys here. There's no one in the dugout for them. So certainly going to be a lot of defensive changes for you guys scoring at home. And there goes Morick. Pitch in the dirt is swung on and missed. Throw down to second. And the ball was dropped by Kwolek. Looked like the throw from Latham had him, but nevertheless it's a stolen base for Jack Morick. But now a 1-2 count here on Stein. Second stolen base of the season for Morick. And Stein fouls that one off. Here's the 1-2 to Stein. Chopped over to third. Keith is there. Throw down to first. Just in time to beat the speedy Stein. And we've played 2 here from Lakewood Park, and we're still scoreless. Gardner Meeks will be the first batter that Devin Hicks comes into face. Hicks coming out of the pen for Jacob Reganey, who had another good start for the Redbirds. And first pitch from Hicks is a called strike, 0-1. First time that Hicks is coming out of the pen this season. Just his second game on the mound. And he's up on the 9-hitter, 0-2. Reganey had 2 hitless innings. 2 runners reached, 1 via the walk and 1 on an error. And there's a called strike 3 for Hicks. His first strikeout comes off his first batter, and it's back to the top of the order for Bon Air.
Now batting center fielder number 9, Jordan Dixon.
As Alex Brown yells, it's top of the order. Devin Hicks had 4 strikeouts in his start that came on June 11th against Edenton. Went 2 2/3 in that one. He allowed 4 runs that day against the Steamers. But only 2 of them were earned. 4 strikeouts in that appearance, already 1 down via strikes today off his first batter. And there's a 4-pitch walk to the leadoff. And Bon Air has a runner on first with nobody out.
Second baseman number 4, Jeremy Coley.
So there's a second baseman, Kwalik. So Devin Hicks, he started the game as a DH for Reganey, so no defensive substitutions for Norfolk. And in these games between the Piedmont League and the PCL, it's in these games between the 2 leagues, it's also 9 batters for each side, so straight baseball. As Jarnowski asking for the signs over from his dugout. 1-1 the count here on Kwalik as Hicks checks over on Dixon again. The only games where the teams can have extra hitters and substitute defensively whenever is games between the 4 teams that call Lakewood Park home, which is Norfolk, Greenbrier, Suffolk, and Virginia Beach. One, 2 from Hicks, and he checks in on Dixon for a 3rd time. Do not have any stats from Bon Air, but considering Dixon is the leadoff guy as time is called from Kwalik, considering Dixon's the leadoff guy, probably has got some speed in him, so Hicks just making sure that he stays on his toes. So 1-2. Just missed. 2-2. Good frame job there from Jarnowski. But didn't get the call. 2-2, and there goes the runner. Throw down from Jarnowski. And it's in time! Great throw down from Jarnowski. And there are 2 down in the inning. That pitch was a ball. A bit of a confusion. Home plate umpire said it was 2-2. Qualick rather was saying, isn't it 3-2? And he was correct. And now he draws a walk. Second straight walk allowed from Hicks.
Now batting the catcher, number 3, Thomas Latham.
And Dodolo goes out to call time. So he wants to have a word with his pitcher. So there's the catcher Latham. Also had a Holy Cross, couple Patriot League players for Bon Air on their roster. And good stop there from Jarnowski. As he's having a talk with Latham, 2 catchers. Who know what it's like to get down blocking balls. And that one's up and in on Latham. It's 3-0 on the 3-hole hitter for Bon Air. Hicks trying to avoid what would be his 3rd consecutive walk. He gets a called strike there. 3-1. We won from Hicks, and it's popped up towards the right side and comes right. He makes the catch in foul territory, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. So we'll head to the bottom of the 3rd, still scoreless here in Norfolk, Virginia. Justin Lakos gets ready to lead off the bottom of the third inning here for the Redbirds. Lakos went 1 for 2 in yesterday's game as he shows bunt, gets it down over to third, and the throw is not in time. So a bunt single gets things started for the Redbirds.
Now batting right fielder number 27, Trey Wright.
Here's the right fielder, Trey Wright. And there goes Lakos to second. Throw down is not in time, and it's a stolen base for Lakos. As Latham's having some fun with the fans here at Lakewood Park. Threw a beautiful throw down to second. And now Wright bluffs a bunt and leaves it outside. Wright looking to continue his 2-game hit streak. Good count here, 2-0. Bluffs the bunt again. It's up high, 3-0. So I've seen Walton get behind in the count a lot. He has gotten out of it though, left the bases stranded in the first. As Wright calls time. 3-0. Bluffs shows bunt again, and it's high for ball 4. And the first 2 batters are on here in the third.
Now batting the pitcher number 16, Devin Hicks.
Devin Hicks goes over to Chris Dodolo. See what they want to do here with runners on first and second and nobody out. Hicks trying to help himself out now as he started the game as a DH, now pitching. Coming into the day, he only had 1 AB. And looks like he's swinging away and takes that pitch high. It's 1-0. 5th straight ball thrown from Walton. And it's 6 pitches out of the zone. If you're Hicks, gotta take this one, right? 6 pitches out of the zone. Let Walton find the strike zone again before you do anything. And he does leave, and there's a strike. So now we'll see what Chris Dodolo decides to do as he gives signs. Regaini, who started the game, he's coaching first base now for the Redbirds. Two-1 to Hicks. Now he shows bunt and it gets away, and the runners will go into scoring position. A wild pitch, and it's a 3-1 count now on Hicks, with 2 runners on. Now an interesting decision with Zach Jarnowski on deck. It's the 3-1. And it's high ball 4, and the bases are loaded with nobody out for Zach Jarnowski. So here's Zach Jarnowski. Mike Stafford went out to talk to his pitcher. First pitch he sees is inside, 1-0. This would be a great time for Jarnowski to have his first RBIs of the season. Still nobody out. And that pitch hits him. And so there is the first RBI of the season for Jarnowski. It brings in a run. The first of the day for the Redbirds. I'm sure that's not how he wanted his first RBI to be, especially being a catcher. He already gets hit enough by the plate.
Now batting third baseman number 19, Alex Brown.
So here's Alex Brown. And that ball is in the right center gap. That'll fall for a base hit. And it's going to roll all the way to the wall. 1 run is in. And Hicks comes around to score. Here comes Jarnowski all the way from first, and it's a bases clearing double for Alex Brown. The second extra base hit of the season for Brown, and it's a big one to put Norfolk up 4-0.
Jackson Hughes.
Still no one out here in the third. Brown now has at least an RBI in his last 3 games for the Redbirds. And now 3-0 here on Hughes. Walton got out of trouble in the first. Left the bases loaded. Had a good second. Just allowed a hit. That was to Morick. But now struggles here in the third, and there's another 4-pitch walk. 61 pitches for Antoine Walton, and still nobody out here in the third. And Morick fouls off that pitch, 0-1. Walton just had trouble finding the zone, and when he does, Redbird hitting has done a good job to put it in play. Of the 6 outs that Walton has recorded, 3 of them via the strikeout. It got 2 ground outs and the 1 pickoff play. But it's just had trouble finding the zone. But up in the count here, 1-2 on Morick. And the 1-2, good stop there from Latham. Brown at second. Here's the 2-2. And that's lifted towards the right side. Over comes the first baseman, Ferguson. He won't get there. Had everyone from the right side headed over towards the ball for the Barnstormers, but it's too far out of play for either of them. So we'll do the 2-2 again. And that's grounded foul towards third.
They got if he runs it up on pitch count is not going to be much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The 2-2. And it's high. It's 3-2. Good AB being put together here from Jack Morick. Let's throw down to second. Brown's back in there. Here's the 3-2 delivery. And Walton steps off. Alex Aguilar waiting on deck. But still no one out here in the third. Here's the payoff pitch to Morick. And it hit him.
Stuck in his arm there.
This is the dugout. Kind of laughs.
Batting shortstop number 7, Alex Aguilar.
And so we're going to have a pitching change. It looks like Jordan Dixon will come in to relief for Walton. We'll be back here shortly on the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. So it's actually the left fielder, Gardner Meeks, who comes into relief for Walton. Walton went 2 innings, had 3 strikeouts, so half of his outs were via the strikeout. Just allowed 4 hits, but 6 walks and 2 batters that were hit by the pitch. And just had struggles recording it out here in the top half of the 3rd. So Meeks comes in from left to pitch, and Walton moves over to left. As we mentioned, Bon Air only has 9 guys with them here today. Count is 2-0 now on Aguilar. And Aguilar hits one over towards the right side. So second for 1, on to first. There will be no throw. Another run comes in, and it's now 5-0 Norfolk. So Brown comes in to score. Hughes goes over to third on the fielder's choice. Zamoric is thrown out at second. Back to the top of the order, Logan Stein. And that ball gets by Latham, and down to second goes Aguilar. Here's the 1-0, called strike 1-1.
Right here.
fine. Keep it going. Yeah, that'd be well good. Second, oh, that was a good second. Yeah, that'd be well good.
That one's grounded over to third, over to first, and it keeps the runners held at second and third. So here's Justin Lakos. He started this inning with a single.
Batting second baseman number 5, Justin Lakos.
What else? How did I go?
That pitch is hit up the middle. That'll be covered by the shortstop and thrown out at first base's Lakos. But the Redbirds tack on 5 runs thanks to a big hit from Alex Brown. We'll head to the 4th with the Redbirds up 5-0. Devin Hicks back out there for Norfolk after he had a solid first inning.
Hit me.
2 up from Hicks. That's outside 3-0.
No rhythm. He's all over the place.
I'm sure the last thing that Chris Dodolo wants to figure out is Devin Hicks to start throwing strikes here. There's a called strike, 3-1. Hicks kind of all over the place right now, trying to get back into a rhythm. And it's ball 4 as Ferguson takes off for first. Ball got by Jarnowski. So here's AJ Labrusciano, and the first pitch he sees from Hicks almost hits him. He got out of the way. It's 1-0.
There you go. The boys never make it with a truck.
Nope, so I brought the bucket.
How about the bags? The bag of uniforms.
Yeah, it's in there.
1-0 from Hicks, just missed there. 2-0 the count here. The runner on first, no one out here in the top of the 4th. Norfolk up 5-0. And there's a called strike, 2-1. And that one's up and in. Jarnowski gives the signs to Hicks, relayed from Dodolo. There's a good breaking ball, but a good hold there from the Bruciano. And first 2 batters in the 4th inning here are walked from Hicks.
Now batting right fielder number 31, Colby Burchett.
So here's Burchett. 2-1, no one out. There's a good pitch there. And time is called from Jarnowski. Not sure if they got crossed up or not. Pitch was called a strike, but maybe they were off on their communication. As Hicks gives a big O to Jarnowski. Oh, 1 count. That's low and away, 1-1. Hicks steps off. Two 2-1 from Hicks. And that one's popped up. That'll go out of play. 2-2 now. Two from Hicks is swung on and missed, strike 3. The second strikeout of the afternoon for Devin Hicks. And that's the first out here in the 4th.
Now batting third baseman number 2, Dane Keith.
Beware my wires.
Here's Dane Keith.
Cut under the tent. You cut underneath.
And he takes a called strike, 0-1. Good spot there from Hicks, just missed. 1-1 the count now on the third baseman. And breaking ball chopped foul. One, 2 from Hicks. Struck him out. Second consecutive strikeout for Hicks. And there are 2 down in the inning.
Now batting left fielder number 23, Antoine Walton.
So here's the left fielder, Antoine Walton, who started on the mound today for the Barnstormers. There's a good spot there from Hicks. He seems to have found his rhythm after the first two batters got on. Good hold off there from Walton. Oh, nice pitch from Hicks. One from Hicks, and a called strike, 2-2. Two. Up high. See if the runners are going to be in motion. The full count here on Walton. Down by 5 runs in the top of the 4th. Here's the 3-2. Runners are in motion. And a called strike 3. Devin Hicks, after walking the first 2 batters of the inning, strikes out the next 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th with the Redbirds up 5-0. Trey Wright gets set to lead things off here for the Redbirds in the bottom half of the 4th. And the first pitch he sees is flat out towards left. In comes a shortstop, and he dropped the ball. And on to second goes Wright. Labruciano got over there. Was a tough play. Hitting for Hicks. So Nicholas Jaskowski is going to be hitting for the pitcher, Devin Hicks. This is the first game of the season for Jaskowski. And the first pitch he sees is fouled off into the Bon Air dugout.
Do you know which one's 6 and which one's 25?
What?
The guys you just gave uniforms to.
No. Yeah, 6 is Alex. Alex, whatever his name is. And Tristan's the higher number. He's back.
And that one gets by the catcher, and here comes Wright. He's coming to home, but he'll be held up. Latham never saw where the ball was. Jaskowski was a quarter of the way down the third base line.
What's his name?
And at the plate, number 22, Nick Jaskowski.
That ball hit the home plate umpire. Latham went out to the mound to buy him some time. Wright is on third. And 3-1 is in the dirt. But held up at third is Wright. So the first two runners are on here
Now,
for the Redbirds
catcher
again.
Number 13, Zach Jarnowski.
So should have run it third, man. You got to that third.
Runners on the corners, nobody out. Here for Zach Jarnowski, who recorded his first RBI of the season in his last at-bat. After getting hit by the pitch with the bases loaded. And he takes a called strike, 0-1. As Jarnowski kind of joking with himself there, even has Meeks up there laughing. Called the ball 1-1. Alex Brown, he's on deck. 1-1 to Jarnowski is inside. As Jarnowski gets some encouragement from Brown. And that ball missed. It's now 3-1. Not quite sure where that one missed. Might have been a bit high for the liking of the home plate umpire. "3-1 to Jarnowski. And it's inside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded yet again for Alex Brown.
Now batting third baseman, number 19, Alex Brown.
So Brown cleared the bases on a ball that rolled to the right center field wall in his last at-bat. And that pitch is in the dirt and gets behind the catcher, but Wright will hold up at third. One-0 here on Brown. Called strike. Looks like Drew Proctor is gonna, as that ball, I think it hit Brown, and it did. So another run is in 6-0. And Drew Proctor is going to pinch hit now for Jackson Hughes.
Now batting number 25, Drew Proctor.
So the third hit by pitch from Bon Air pitching. And the second one that has brought in a run. And that was fouled off the mask of Latham. The umpire
Your coach
buys
you're
him
good.
some time. Him and the umpire having a chat. Maybe some sort of competition. Who's going to have to walk out more times here today? And now Proctor's down in the count, 0-2. Proctor's still looking for his first hit of the season. And now wouldn't be a bad time. And he flies that one down the right field line. That'll go foul. As the wind continues to pick up here at Lakewood Park, and Proctor's going to call time because of it. It's a beautiful day for baseball. 82 degrees where we are located. As Proctor continues to fight, still down in the count, 0-2. And the 0-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. That's the first out of the inning here in the fourth.
Now batting left fielder number 11, Jack Morris.
So it brings up the left fielder, Jack Morick. Morick got hit by the pitch in his last at-bat. As tries to add on to the 6-run lead here for Norfolk. Two-0 count here. Pitch walk to Morick, and another run comes around to score. Latham wants to have a talk with Meeks, and Stafford will go out there. Alex Aguilar will be up at the dish when we come back. Continues to pick up here Norfolk Park. As that one's fouled straight back.
Got it, no, got it. Is that who the post in? Is that Alex in there?
Yeah.
Alex Aguilar.
Batting for the Redbirds, shortstop number 7, Alex Aguilar.
Aguilar up at the plate. And he hits that one over the shore. Diving stop, but it gets by Labruciano. 1-1 scores, and here comes Brown to score, and it gets by Latham. So over to second goes Aguilar. It's a 2 RBI single for Alex Aguilar. It is now 9-0 Redbirds. As he advances to second.
Now batting center fielder number 8, Logan Stein.
And so it's 2 RBI single from Aguilar, and it brings up the top of the order for the Redbirds, Logan Stein.
Bang up both the umpire and the catcher with that foul ball. Bounced off the ground, hit the catcher, bounced off the ground, hit the umpire. The ball got everybody. Got big ball.
So that ball, that was pieced by Stein, got a bit of everyone. Umpire, catcher, and a rough day behind the plate for both of them. The ball continues to just find them. Jackson Hughes is coaching first base now for the Redbirds. I guess he was pulled out of the game. Drew Proctor came in to replace him. And Stein lines that one to center. That's a base hit. 1 run will score, and being held up is Aguilar at third. But an RBI single for Logan Stein, and it's now 10-0 Redbirds. And Mike Stafford is going to go out there to have a talk. Possibly a change. It is going to be a pitching change for Bonaire. So we'll be back right after this. Redbirds up 10-0. Dane Keith comes into relief for Gardner Meeks. Runners on the corners with one out. As Lagos taps that one foul, 0-1. Keith got off to a good start. Came into last inning and got 3 outs on the 3 batters that he faced. But just had trouble here in the 4th. 5 runs already home here again in the 4th inning for Norfolk. And a good leave there from Lakos. Lakos 1 for 3 today. Singled and came around to score in the 3rd. And he drives that one to center. Back goes Dickinson. He makes the catch, but it's an RBI sac fly for Lakos, and it's now 11-0.
Now batting right fielder number 27, Trey Rice.
Fly ball. Back it up.
That's where it goes.
Sack fly. See now. To the right fielder. Yeah. That's it. Now put him back at first to get the fence. Safe, get the fence.
And that pitch to right is in the dirt as Stein doesn't go. 11-0 game here. However, and that pitch is also in the dirt.
Wrong button. Turn their music over there, and I thought it was my music.
Baseball is the game, though, that no lead is safe. But with an 11-run lead, Chris Todos is playing it safe. He's not advancing his runners as much as he normally would in a normal game as the wind continues to blow here. Count here on the right to reach base all 3 times this afternoon. Full count is lined or grounded over to short, so that'll end the side. But 5 more runs, or 6 rather, come around to score for Norfolk as they now lead 11-0. Some substitutions as we head.
Now batting. Number 34, Gardner Meeks.
Some substitutions as we head to the 5th inning here for the Redbirds. Gardner Meeks gets set to lead it off for Bon Air.
And on to pitch for the Redbirds. Number 9, Bradshaw Morrison.
So you heard it over the loudspeaker here. Bradshaw Morrison is into pitch. He's in the 3-hole. Not sure if he's actually going to bat or not. He did bat yesterday in Edenton. And every time he fouled off a pitch, which he did several times, three balls that he made contact with, the dugout was loving it. Did end up striking out though. But so he's in the 3-hole for Trey Wright, who's now out of the game, and as is Jaskowski, who walked and is only at bat. Sparky Bannon will be in the 4-hole for him, and he's out in right field. And so there's a strikeout from Morrison, and there's one out
Center fielder number
here in the
9,
5th.
Jordan Dixon.
Top of the order here for the Barnstormers. There's a called strike 1-1. And that one's tapped right back to Morrison. Misplayed it, but sticks with it. Throw over to first is in time. Good scoop there from Proctor to help out his pitcher Morrison. 1-3 in your scorecard, and there are 2 away. Morrison really starting to improve.
Batting number 4, Jeremy Quolick.
Morrison really starting to improve down here in the Premier Collegiate League. First 3 outings were pretty rough, but his last 2 outings have been scoreless, and he's got the first 2 batters retired here in the 5th inning. An 11-0 game. As that ball gets by the glove of Jarnowski. It's now 3-0. There's a called strike 3-1. Morrison just walked his first batter in his last 3 appearances.
Now batting, catcher number 3, Thomas Latham.
So here's the catcher Latham, who continues to talk to Jarnowski. Catcher's having a talk. Runner on first, 2 out here in the top of the 5th. It's a good breaking ball there from Morrison. And a swing and a miss there from Latham, and it's 1-2. And that one hits him. Tell Morrison a bit frustrated.
batting first baseman number 27, Alex Ferguson.
Just the second hits batsman of the year for Morrison. Morrison trying to keep the shutout going for the Redbirds. And what would be their second shutout this season. In their first trip to Edenton, they shut them out, winning 4-0. Obviously last night, different story. And there's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 now on the catcher Latham. One-two from Morrison, and it's popped up out of play. We'll do the 1-2 again. And that one's hit pretty deep to left center, but there's room there for the left fielder Morick, who makes the catch, and the side is retired. So 3 scoreless innings in his last 3 appearances thus far for Bradshaw Morrison. We're halfway through here at Lakewood Park. Bottom of the 5th here, as Nick Jaskowski thought. I guess he wasn't aware that he was out of the game.
For Sparky Bannon.
He was on deck signing out Dane Keith, but it's Sparky Bannon. I mentioned earlier, came into the game to play right field. And now in the 4-hole for Norfolk. Bannon has a hit in his last 2 games at the plate, so trying to keep that going. Went 1 for 4 last night in Edenton. And Bannon flies that one out to right. And under in his Burchette to make the catch, 1 away. So here's Zach Jarnowski. He's 0 for 0 today, but has reached base in 3 at-bats. Zach's got 2 RBI.
That ball, please. Thank you.
And although Jarnowski skies that one really high, but under it is Ferguson, and he makes the catch, 2 away.
Now batting third baseman number 19, Alex Brown.
So here's Alex Brown. 4 RBIs thus far today. That matches his season high. And he grounds that one over to third. So 1, 2, 3 inning there from Dave Keith. We'll head to the 6th with Norfolk up 11-0. AJ Labruciano gets set to face Bradshaw Morrison out there for a 2nd inning of work. And that one's hit right back to Morrison again. Knocks that one down. Throw over to first. And that's in time. So the second comebacker to Morrison. Throws out to. And there's 1 away. So this is the first time since opening day that Morrison is being asked to go more than 1 inning. And it is confirmed that Bradshaw Morrison, it was the first time last night since he was 14 that he swung a bat. Bradshaw does find someone else's next time. And there's a strike. It's 0-2 here on Burchett. And that one's flied out towards right. Over comes Bannon, and it's over his head. And on to second goes Burchett with a double. The first extra base hit of the afternoon for Barnstorm hitting. And Sparky Bannon just looked like he didn't get a good read on that ball. Kind of was jogging out there. Probably could have been running a bit faster. Here's the pitcher, Dane Keith. Keith just trying to put the ball in play here. Something he's yet to do thus far today. In fact, the 7 through 9 hitters are combined 0 for 6 with 6 strikeouts. So credit Redbird pitching there to feast on that bottom of the order as the wind continues to blow. And there's a 3-0 strike there from Morrison to make the count 3-1. One out here, Burchett's at second. And a swing and a miss. So Morrison goes from 3-0 to 3-2. Here's the full count delivery. And tapped over to third. Brown couldn't really recover it. Stopped the ball from going to the outfield, but just couldn't get it out of his glove. It actually fell out of his glove. And so that's ruled as an infield single for Keith. His first hit is Burchett. Did not advance to third. And that pitch is in the dirt. The runners thought about advancing, but then went back. No throw down from Jarnowski. One and one the count here. And that's left up, 2-1. Walton started this game on the mound. Got through the first 2 innings unscathed. And then had trouble recording it, evening out in the third. And now it's 3-2 here on Walton. The full count from Morrison. Good pitch there. That was not ball 4. And now Morrison gets him on strikes. Second strikeout for Morrison, and there are 2 out in the inning. Gardner Meeks. He swings and misses through that fastball, 0-1. Ball's inside to Meeks, 1-1. That pitch fouled straight back, 1-2. One-two from Morrison. And that's low, 2-2. Two on, two out, 2-2 the count. And that one's left up. Second straight batter that's drawn a full count here on Morrison. 3-2, runners are going, and it's flied out to center. And there is Stein to make the catch. So 2 scoreless innings for Bradshaw and Morrison. And we'll head to the 7th here at Lakewood Park. Drew Proctor gets set to lead things off here for the Redbirds. Fouls the first pitch back, 0-1. Dane Keith is still out there.
No, he's not. It's in the picture.
Oh.
Number 11.
Excuse me, it's AJ Labruciano who's out there now, so Keith's line is up. Keith went 2 scoreless innings as Proctor held his swing, according to the first base umpire. It's actually 1 scoreless inning for Keith. Proctor. Now it's Morick. And Morick hits that one over to third. To second for one. Throw to first is not in time. But there's one out now here in the inning. Shortstop, Alex Aguilar. Aguilar is 1 for 3 today. 3 RBIs at a fielder's choice. And an RBI single, that was in the 4th. And that 2-0 pitch is inside. 3-0 nearly hit Aguilar. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Aguilar. Second walk of the inning from the Bruciano. And it's back to the top of the order for Norfolk. There's a strike, 0-1. Stein, 2 for 4 today. He's got an RBI as well. Two to Stein, and that's hit over to short. Throw to third, and it's in time. Good decision there from Dane Keith to go to third with it. Gets the lead runner, and there are now 2 out. So 2 out now. Lakos hits that one with foul down the left field line. Aiden Feathers on deck now for Norfolk. He has not yet entered the game. There's a strike, 0-1, 0-2.
This guy's getting more casual every day. What's up, Lenny T? This is yours?
Yeah.
Here's the 0-2 to Lakos.
What?
And check the swing.
Yeah.
And it's a called strike 3. As the home plate umpire said, Lakos went around. 2 walks allowed from Luciano, but he gets around it with a strikeout to end the inning. We'll head to the top of the 7th with Norfolk up 11-0. New pitcher into the game for the Redbirds, number 2, Tanner Simpson. Simpson had one scoreless inning last night in Edenton. As his first pitch is fouled back. Facing the top of the Barnstorm order here. In fact, Tanner's last 3 outings have all been against the Steamers. And he's actually gone 3 scoreless. As that one's tapped over to first. Proctor boots it. And over to cover is Simpson, but Dixon beats out the throw. Proctor knocked it down, but towards his right a bit. And it was just enough time for Dixon to get down the line. And so it's an infield single for Dixon. It's the first hit of the day for Dixon. So yeah, for Simpson, last 3 outings, all against Edenton, have been scoreless. He's gone 4 innings in those 3 outings, all out of the bullpen. And there goes the runner, and he'll be there without a throw. And an 11-0 affair. Jeremy Kwolek hits that one pretty deep to the left, but that'll go foul. Kwolek 0 for 1 today. He's drawn a pair of walks. Swings and misses that one for strike 3. The 10th strikeout of the afternoon for Redbird pitching. That one is flied out to right. Bannon coming over. He won't get there. That's going to be an extra base hit for Latham, his first hit of the afternoon. And he's rounding second. He's on his way to third, and he's there safely. A stand-up RBI triple for Thomas Latham. And it brings in the first run of the day for Bon Air. Second extra base hit for the Barnstormers overall. The Greenbrier Knights are here. They will be playing the Patriots, also of the Piedmont Collegiate Baseball League. I'll be following this game, and we'll have it for you right here on the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. 2-1 the count here on Ferguson as the wind continues to blow. Moving our camera. And Ferguson fouls that one out of play. It's 2-2. Still 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Latham, he's at third. It's a full count now. Jackson Hughes gives the umpire some more baseballs. Full count from Simpson, and it's low for ball 4. First walk of the inning allowed from Simpson. And there's now runners on the corners with 1 out. Bruciano 0 for 2 today, but has reached twice. Got on an error and a walk. And the first pitch he sees from Simpson is just outside for a ball, 1-0. As Simpson does some work on the mound. And there's a good pitch from Simpson, called strike. Latham's at third, he tripled. Ferguson on first, he drew a walk. And that one is hit down the left field line for a base hit. Latham will score. Ferguson will go first to third. And it's an RBI double for A.J. Labruciano, and there's 2 runners in scoring position. Like we said, baseball is a game where your fate is not over until the game is over. Still an 11-2 ball game, however.
What inning we got? Let's do it.
Top of 7.
And that pitch is skied up from Simpson. It's 1-0. Burchett doubled it in his last at-bat. Pitches outside for a ball. And that one's hit down to third. Brown thought about going home for a while. Throws offline. But a good job there from Proctor to come off the bag and tag out the diving Burchett. Brown looked at home, then looked back to first, and looked at home again, and made a bad throw over to first. But good job by Proctor there to pick up his third baseman. Chris Stodolo yells at his third baseman, hanging up 7 runs. It's only 8. Let him large lead and just say, hey, get the out. And that one's hit over to Brown again. This time, no hesitation. Throw is online. As Brown has some talking to the Bon Air dugout, but we'll go to the stretch here. It's Norfolk 11, Bon Air 3. And it looks like this is actually going to be a 7-inning affair, so that'll be it. Redbirds win this one 11-3. It was a good outing from Jacob Reganey, who started this game for Norfolk. And what was scoreless through the first 2 innings, Alex Brown ended up having a big bases clearing double. That was all that Norfolk needed. It put them up 4-0. And then the bullpen was solid too. Bradshaw Morrison had his best outing of the season. Simpson allowed his first runs out of the pen, but still Norfolk was able to hold on. They moved to 3-4 overall. Still 2-4 in PCL play, as the Barnstormers are still 0-3 under Mike Stafford. thank you for watching, everyone. We're still going to have a doubleheader here. Called for 5 o'clock between Greenbrier and the Patriots, who are also from the PCBL. So that'll be all. Once again, Norfolk wins this one as they improved to 3-4. They win it 11-3. I'm Hayden Bandel. You've been watching the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel.